Hi everyone. So I'm here in my favorite leopard cheetah print pajamas, just enjoying my day off because my goodness, whew, I had work 4 consecutive days, 12-hour shifts, and yesterday was the worst out of those four. I mean, the patients were irritated, especially towards the end of the shift. I don't know what happened. They snapped. And I had one patient that kept getting out of the bed and wanted to kick and hit the nurses. It was horrible. I'm just glad it was over. And with the glory, the grace of God, I got through it because my goodness. I have my door open and my windows open. So if you, oh, and I also have a fan running. So if you hear cars, um, I don't know, some kind of cat's meow or something that's from outside. Today I just wanted to talk about how beauty standards affects us females and not only affects us with our self-esteem but also with our pockets because especially for us females, I don't know what it is. Maybe because we will be spending money on um, I shouldn't say we because I haven't spent any money on lip injections or Botox or any of those things. But it does affect us, you know. At least we're tempted to want to do it. So I just wanted to speak a little bit about different beauty standards from different beauty eras and the the stuff that women do to try to get to that level of beauty. And it's strange because beauty is very subjective. You know, what might be beautiful to one person might not be so beautiful to another, and vice versa.
Women today fear aging. Victorian women feared looking alive. During this time, women didn't want to look healthy. They wanted to look like they were slowly dying from disease. It was an obsession with the appearance of suffering and death, stemming from one of the deadliest diseases in history, tuberculosis. Despite its reputation, it became an inspiration because, ironically, tuberculosis only seemed to enhance a woman's beauty. Women suffering from the disease were described as having dilated, sparkling eyes, naturally rosy cheeks and lips, and pale porcelain skin. The disease also caused a loss of appetite, leading to extreme thinness, slim figures, tiny waists, which were already considered beautiful. It was this contrast that made it so twistedly beautiful, a seemingly unattainable beauty caused by suffering. And of course, that was romanticized. Women who suffered from tuberculosis became muses. The effects of the disease inspired art, books, theater, further embedding itself into culture and into ideas about beauty. But of course, unless you actually contracted the disease yourself, this level of beauty was impossible to achieve. But the Victorians had a solution. They found a way to fake it. Women would consume arsenic, poison, to achieve a pale complexion. They also applied products containing arsenic directly onto their skin. They practiced bloodletting, intentionally draining blood from your body to feel and appear weak and fragile. They starved themselves. They laced their corsets a little too tightly, and they used belladonna drops to dilate their pupils to recreate that doe-eyed gaze. The Victorians didn't just believe in the phrase beauty is pain, they took it to another level.
So that's a small recap of beauty standards during the Victorian time. But also, it's like the medieval times. Women used to take the hair from their hairline and they wanted their hair all the way, their hairline back up here, and that was considered beauty in that time. I know, crazy. So this is an example of beauty in the medieval times, and look at that hairline. She was gorgeous in her era. And there's also the Renaissance era where big women were considered beautiful. I'm going to show y'all some paintings. And then when you fast forward to 2015, 2016, you start seeing again the beauty of big girls. A good example, Tess Holliday, Ashley Graham. Tess Holliday, I think was her first plus size model to appear in Glamour, and Ashley Graham was the first plus size model to appear in Sports Illustrated. In the early 2000s, it was popular to have the anorexic look. This look has came back in 2026 with the popularity of Ozempic and GLP-1. Now I must admit, I am in the GLP-1, although I'm not really seeing results. However, I thought to myself of still sticking to it because I do not, even though I'm still big, I do not eat as much as I used to, which saves me money on groceries. So I think it's worth it because at least I don't eat like a pig anymore. Nowadays, the Instagram face is very popular. There's a lot of women spending lots of money on having this kind of look. So this coworker at my job, she showed me this thing on social media. She was like, "Girl, this place has like good discounts and stuff for Botox, lip fillers, this and that." My response was, "Girl, I do not want to look like a Picasso painting." And what I mean by Picasso painting, I got that from this documentary. Um, it's called Iris. I fell in love with this person. I loved her personality. In my mind, she was my best friend, even though she didn't know it. And the documentary was about this lady in her, I think she was in her 90s at that time. She did pass away at age 102, but I loved her personality. I loved her fashion. I'm going to show you a picture right now of the documentary. I don't know if it's still on Netflix. She was very popular for her flamboyant fashion and her super-sized round glasses. So what I liked about Iris and watching the documentary was she talked about how she said she doesn't like pretty. She said pretty goes away, and that she had a lot of friends that were very pretty. They, took advantage of their looks, and when when their looks went away, they had nothing to fall back on. And Iris said that she never been pretty, so she really had to use her brain and talent to get ahead, which in the end she said that she's proud of that because she had better qualities than just looking pretty. And she said that in the documentary, if you have a big nose, don't do surgery on it. Just be proud of the big nose. And that's when she said that people would do surgery on their noses, trying to fix their face, and end up looking like Picasso. So that's where I got looking like a Picasso, where that came from. Before the Instagram phase, there was a 90s where everyone were uniquely beautiful. So I can go on and on talking about different beauty standards from different eras, because imagine us human beings, we've been on this earth for so long. But the whole point of this video is that beauty is not a one size fits all. And the beauty industry likes to capitalize on our insecurities, making us feel a certain way so we can buy their products to keep putting in money. And me, I've been keeping it simple. I'm going to show you what I've been using. So I got this advice from, what's her name? Selma Hayek. She said that she does not wash her face in the morning. She only uses rose water. And yes, I was using rose water. However, I did bought this in the Dollar Tree. It's vitamin C oil. I put it on my face. I don't wash my face either because I figure if Selma Hayek doesn't wash her face and she looks beautiful and she looks terrific for her age, then I could do the same thing, but I just put vitamin C. Got it from the Dollar Tree. And then at nighttime, I do wash my face. And then I put vitamin E, and that's it. These two are the only thing I've been using. That's it. And I'm not against cosmetic surgery or anything, but just make sure that you do it because you want to do it. Don't do it to get attention from men. Don't do it because so and so told you this and this and that. No, do it because you want to do it, and that's for anything else. And I've learned to look when you do things like when you put makeup on, if you do decide like to do cosmetic surgery and everything, a man's attention is the last thing that should be in your mind because men like everything but a woman. I said what I said. Also, I noticed that, especially these days, maybe because of fear of loneliness, most women I observe are afraid to age gracefully. You know, um, you know, whether someone wants to age gracefully or not, that's their prerogative. It just makes me sad that, when I was a kid, I never heard of women wanting to do so much to try to stay young. And the truth is, you can spend lots of money on staying young and still not achieve that look. That's the sad truth. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of women like Selma Hayek, even J Lo. I think she looks good for her age, and that's the thing. They look good for their age, but you can tell, that youth look like even on beautiful Sofia Vergara. You can look at her pictures in her early 20s and now, even though she still looks gorgeous, you can see the difference. So I'm not saying not to take care of yourself. What I'm saying is to do it on a budget. Don't get yourself in debt trying to achieve a look that's impossible, even for the most beautiful and what's that word? For people who have all those resources to look their best and still they're missing that youth that money cannot buy. Well, that's all. Thanks for watching. Love y'all and stay safe.